All right. Yeah. So we're just shooting the shit about BFR right now. Blood flow
Yeah.
restriction training. And I actually fired you guys across a blog post that I wrote this morning so that you could
Okay.
actually share it with everybody so that we don't have to answer, a million times what blood flow restriction training is. But I'll tell you, I was doing blood flow restriction training for quite a while, getting like amazing results. And then I wanted to get back to lifting heavier, right? Because what guy,
Right.
ego doesn't want to get back to like fucking heavier loads, right? So
Sure.
I mean, with with restriction training, right, blood flow restriction training, you're lifting.
Right.
For me, I was lifting between 25 to 35, 40% of my 1 rep max.
Right.
So you can get those great results. Your rest time is a lot less between sets, which is great. So you're getting the workout done a lot faster. You can use lighter loads. Fucking great, right?
Right.
But I went back to going heavier, and the other day, so I'm lifting, and I've just got the fucking Bowflex dumbbells here. I don't have like a full gym. I don't go to the gym. I don't have a spotter, and there comes a point when you're lifting heavy where your wrists go before your fucking arms do, like, right? You know what I mean?
Right.
Or
Sure.
the stability of trying to lift really, really heavy dumbbells hits a point where you're like, no, you know what? I'm gonna fucking kill myself. So
Right.
I had to kind of, throw my ego, fucking take it down a fucking notch, right? And go back to BFR just for fucking safety purposes. Now,
Right.
obviously the loads that I'm lifting, I've increased, so my, the 30, so 25 to 40% is more than I was doing before. But
Right.
I've been doing that for the last couple of days. I'll tell you, man, I feel so much better doing the lighter loads.
Right.
But it's interesting because the overall volume is substantially more than it was when I was lifting heavier, right? Because when I lifted heavier, you're in those 3 sets, 8 rep kind of area, right?
Yeah.
So when you're doing the blood flow restriction, you're doing a set of 30 followed by 3 sets of 15. So
Wow.
you're doing 75 reps versus the 24, right? So you can
Right.
see how the volume you can actually get a lot more volume in that. And for people
Sure.
who are training from a self-defense standpoint and want explosive strength, it's great because you can do the strength training, but in an explosive manner, right? So, it's been pretty fucking good. So, I wanted to share that article with everybody because BFR is starting to gain a lot more traction now. A lot more people. It used to be more physiotherapy, like therapeutic, right? For people who had been injured and that kind of shit. But now you're getting like elite athletes that are turning to this. You're seeing all kinds of products pop up on the market for it. So,
Yeah.
it's an interesting thing.
Yeah. I said it's kind of, I think, still a little bit. I mean, they've been using it for a while now, and especially like, just as you said. I mean, I heard the one guy from the doctor from University of Tennessee was on Rogan talking about it a while back. It's interesting that you bring up, as we get, especially as you get older, like ego in training, and you have to be careful. I manage when I lift, I go between 3 and 5 reps.
Yeah.
Right. And if I struggle on, and I don't go to, I don't add weight until I do 5 clean reps, no problem.
Yeah.
And then when I add weight, I have to do 3 clean reps, no problem. If I start to struggle on the 4th, I don't do it. And then I'm there until I can get up to 5 clean reps. This way, you stay away from that 1 rep max where, things pop and shit goes. I tore my pec decades ago benching, and I didn't pay attention to my body. It just felt like a guitar string going, and then I pushed through and it just tore. So, I mean, my nephew happened to, another friend of our family just happened to. So, I mean, you really need to be careful and pay attention to your body when you're working out. And the worst is when you feel like, as you said, your ego is like, fuck it, I'm doing it. We're pushing through, and that's that.
Yeah. Well, and it's interesting.
I just want to make one comment. So you see this is how my hair grows in. I have this little black patch. So when I don't shave, it's distracting to me. And this is just a recent development where it's like, okay, so this is what comes in. I have a built-in Hitler mustache.
Yeah, a little teeny Hitler mustache. Good.
So I either got to let it grow or just keep shaving constantly. So yeah, that's fun. So yeah, I
But yeah,
just anyway.
it's funny because you talk about the working out. So I do things a little bit differently on my end, right? Like I'll do 6 days of the week. I'll be hitting the weights, but I'm doing 5 push exercises on one day, then 5 pull exercises the next, right?
Sure,
And then I go 5 push, 5 pull. I get my day off, and then after 12 weeks, I'll take a 1 week break, and then I'll like get back to it. But
right,
some days you're obviously lifting heavier than others, depending on sort of when you're doing it, what you've eaten, how you're feeling. Like there's so many fucking variables, right? But
right,
you're always trying to be better, right? To better your fucking
right,
self. And that's
right,
like what I said, where the ego comes in. And for me, it was like a couple days ago, my wrist, when I was fucking doing the bench on the dumbbells because of stability, right? My wrist
right,
kind of started going. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna drop this on my fucking head.
right, right, right,
And that's not gonna be good.
right. No, and that's where, but then all of a sudden your survival mode kicks in.
Yeah.
And I gotta get this off my head or I'm gonna die. So, there's that. Which you do like, but again, if you lift, like I lift on my own gym, I'm like, I don't, you have to be careful. Especially too, like if something happens at our age, where you injure a joint or you have a severe tear, now I can't work out and my recovery is like severely limited. And it's more important that I work out consistently than I do, than what my intensity level is.
Yes.
Um, and then it's like also like to your point, it's like what I feel like doing today. Like today, I ran 2 days in a row today. Why? Because I just felt like it clearing my head, just getting out there and doing that. And that's all. That's what I felt like doing. There's sometimes it's like, shit, like my leg day was like, 10 sets of power cleans. And then I went and walked with 50-pound weight vest on, so it's like, that's
Yeah.
what I feel like doing that day. And some days I just go in and I just feel like, I push something around and I'm done, so,
Yeah.
you know, don't like, think, we're not machines. And as I coach people and I tell my, and tell my kids, I'm like, you're going to go, I go, just go do something. But don't, necessarily think like you got to fucking kill it every day because you don't, you just got to show up, do some of the work and get done. I mean, the difference is training now than being a competitive athlete was like, if you had a goal in mind, like you had a tournament or season, you're going to like, there's specific cycles of recovery and rest.
Yep.
Throughout the year. And then during the season, it's mostly like recovery, trying to maintain what you have instead of, because you'll lose, you lose strength throughout the season.
Yeah. Of course you do.
Because you're not weight training a lot. And you're doing all the functional stuff that's required to actually do your sport. So, there's that to consider. And it was like always like how much I lost coming off a wrestling season and football season back to back. But then within a month I'd gain it back. And then, it would just be, then it would continue to go.
But I want to just kind of address this because it's the same thing with like mobility and flexibility, right? Like if you don't use it, you kind of lose it. And
right.
I segue that into actual self-defense training, right? Because we sit here and, we talk to people about the importance of continuously learning and continuously training. And, you get the people who are like, well, why the fuck do I need to keep training? Well, here's the very reason. If you don't use it, you don't lose it. Nobody's going out fucking fighting every single day. So you're not really using what we're fucking teaching you, right? So
right, of course.
Remember that. If you don't use it, you lose it, right? So fucking keep training.
And even, if, you look at, it doesn't have to, once you get the core skills in there, it's just a maintenance thing. And, as far as like what you're doing, and then, you have to practice, drawing pepper spray or hitting with a blackjack, whatever, you have a tool, you practice with it. Good. You carry it, you go, you're aware of it. It's not like, you need to, it's not like you're at the range every day, so, it's like, it's more or less, just keeping yourself engaged and aware. And that is, and then that's how you, it translates into how you carry yourself. Right.
And I think too, I mean, and the reason I really wanted to kind of talk about the whole fitness side of stuff today was because, I mean, if you're injured, right, you are a fucking target, right? If you end up injuring yourself for whatever reason, you become more of a target. I was thinking about my father this morning. I mean, and it's not from injury, but it's from years and years and years of working with fucking hands. Right now, he has arthritis in both his hands, to the point where he can't even really maintain the property. Well, I mean, how well is he going to be able to, protect himself should shit hit the fucking fan with, arthritis in both his hands so fucking severe that he can barely do anything with it, right? So it starts to kind of make you think about the importance of, keeping yourself fucking healthy, keeping yourself stretched and mobile and all that stuff, right?
Yeah. I mean, now is when it counts. It's easy when you're young. So now we're getting into it, and then who knows what's going to happen with technology as we move, forward with respects to longevity. And if you're not in shape and you don't have good, a good foundation, then how are these things going to be effective for you? I mean, my thing is like, look, we're not going to live forever, but we can live better longer. It's not unreasonable that, people will start living to 120, 150 years in the near future, especially like our generation coming into this, who are actively working out. We know much better about nutrition. And, I mean, think about how, grew up like eating margarine and all this fucking processed shit.
Yeah.
Right. So, and then, you just have to be careful not to like over medicate yourself. I mean, the United States is like the most medicated society on the fucking planet. It's ridiculous. Yeah. And, like, I'm 56, dude. I don't take anything. I work out every day.
Yeah.
I'm not like, when you go in, I'm like, what do you want? I'm like, fucking nothing. And I get a full battery test, shit like that. And you're like, yeah, this is what happens if you fucking take care of yourself. And dude, I'm not a saint. I drink, I'm like, I do for definitely, but it's like, still, it's like, I can process these things and go through and let them and go through my body because I keep, I fucking regularly train, and consistency is so much more important than intensity. I mean, again, the hugest mistake that many people make is like, I'm getting back to working out, I'm starting today, and they go and they fucking kill themselves. And then, and you don't want to, then you just don't want to do it. You're sore. There's a level of mental energy that requires for you to go in and like get psyched up and do it. So, you really just got to be like, look, dude, I'm going in, I'm doing a couple bodyweight squats, start with something simple. Do like knee assisted.
You talk about simple. And a buddy of mine who got into like bodybuilding years ago and fucking competes and everything, he just says to me, he says the one fucking thing that he's the most focused on right now, those 10,000 steps a day. Just get your fucking 10,000 steps a day. Right. Keep moving. He says he tells it to fucking everybody when they at their very fucking starting point. Just get off the fucking couch and move.
Right. Yeah. That that's it. So go out, take that time, be by yourself, put on a podcast, listen to some music, just go and just walk. Just walk. And then maybe, then sometimes you stop and you do like a squat or, something. And then next thing you know, you're like creating this habit of doing it. And you got to have that voice in your head that's like, fuck you, go. Every morning I wake up, I'm like, maybe I take today off.
Yeah.
Right. And then usually about the time that I work out is about like around 10. I'm like, all right, time to fucking go.
Yeah, I had to push myself to. I get up in the fucking morning because the dogs are assholes, right? So I got to get them fucking out, and they get up fucking 7:00 every goddamn morning, piss me right the fuck off. So by the time I finish them, I'm downstairs. It's 7:45, 8:00. I'm doing it every fucking morning. That's got my window. If I don't get it done by like 8:30, and that's like fucking my weights and then fucking some yoga after. If I don't get that shit done, I'm not doing it later in the day.
Right. Yeah. Right. Right.
Yeah. Because I just know
I hit. Yeah, dude, that's the fact. You miss your window, you're like, screw that.
Yeah.
It's like, we're done. And then, so that, it's like really kind of understanding yourself. Some people, if they have to be someplace, don't have the luxury of doing that, but then you got to make it your priority. Like you don't own that shit until you go do, you go do your workout. Right. It doesn't have to be long. It'd be like just 40 minutes, an hour, something, but you got to fight. You got to do it. You got to do it. And you got to have that voice in your head that like yells at you and shames you into doing it.
Yeah.
That's it. It's like it's an everyday thing. It is not, a sometimes thing. So, yeah. So the one thing I wanted to talk about, did you see, it was on TMZ. I've got the video here about, Vince Young, former NFL quarterback Vince Young got into a bar fight, and it's all captured on video.
Oh no! I've been following the whole fucking Diddy fucking getting himself in shit.
It's bizarre. I don't know that between that and the bridge in Baltimore getting smashed by the police cleared the bridge, and the people who died and unfortunately were people working on the bridge. There was no like regular traffic on that Baltimore bridge. I don't know if you saw that. It's horrifying.
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, dude. Okay. Hold on. Let me just say, I got to show this. This is my worst nightmare because I don't like bridges anyway.
Oh, this is like a bridge that came down. Is this like the fucking San Francisco bridge of like 92? What is it? The fucking Survivor Series? I think of wrestling here. The fuck was the baseball thing? Fucking,
oh yeah. San Francisco, the World Series. Yeah. No, this wasn't a, let me just see where the video is.
I don't remember how fucking terrifying that shit was.
Okay, Baltimore Harbor tunnel and keep traffic at the Key Bridge. Okay, Key Bridge. Baltimore, hold on. Key Bridge. All right, I'm just looking it up. Yeah, okay, here it is. No, dude, I don't want to hear you. I just want the video. Hold on. Sorry. This is our production. Witness at scene. No, it's fucking no. I need like a short video. All right, here we go. Let me just make sure this is the right one because this is like,
Because who knows what the fuck you're gonna share over there.
Yeah, exactly. Now they're just showing there's video, man. This was all over the place. Now I can't find it. Okay, collapse after. All right, come on, where are you? Okay, here it is. All right, so let me just share. Oh, sorry. Here we go. Okay, everyone. Again, this is fucking horrifying. All right, so there's it running into the bridge. So what happened is the bridge, the tanker lost control, sent out a mayday, and then you see there's like workers on the bridge. And just watch this shit. So there it is hitting it.
Oh shit.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking awful. Yeah.
Fuck.
It's brutal. It's brutal. Again, this is like my absolute, I don't want to look at it anymore. This is like my absolute worst nightmare. Most bridges
were they able to rescue those? I said they were trying to rescue people. Were they able to rescue them or no?
I think they rescued 2 people and 6 are missing and presumed dead.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, yeah, dude. So right now, like modern bridges, by the way, like all the footings have like, for lack of a better word, like abutments that go out like hundreds of yards. So if like something like if something like that happened, the ship would run into the footing well before it hit the support. Right. So they're made to kind of like, yeah, this shit happens. We can't have but that's like that bridge was built in the 70s.
Fuck.
Yeah, dude. I said again, unless it's like most bridges, I'm like, yeah, not a fan. But
I'll blame you. Holy fuck.
it's just weird. It's just I'm like, yeah, no. So anyway, yeah, so that happened. And then so getting back to the fight, which I think it's just going to be good to kind of break it down. When people refer to this, so Vince Young's like 6'5", 250 pounds. He's a big dude. He's out late in a bar. You'll see the scuffle, but when people call this a sucker punch, it is not. And I'm telling you, let me just share this, and then we'll go through it. All right, so it's up, ready. I mean, there's no audio on it, so thank you, TMZ. So you see them, they're at the bar. There he is. Looks like it's like late, probably. Okay, dude he's arguing with is jacked. So he's fighting everybody. So okay, so now this is a fight. So this is a stupid bar fight, but yeah, here we go. And again, this is like a lot of, so there's someone like got popped. So the blonde hair guy right here in the corner, who's throwing, he's punching, he's fighting.
He's a jack little fucker, isn't he?
Yeah, dude. Watch this. And here you go. Bang.
Oh shit.
You got knocked the fuck out. So this is what happens, guys. Again, this is what happens. So it's until somebody, starts throwing, the person who starts striking and attacking first usually wins. Flat out. This is not a sucker punch. This is an actual altercation where I don't know whatever, stupid reason this because it's got to be stupid reason, right? How this shit started. Because it's not like someone's trying to assault, attack someone or rape someone or rob them. I mean, this is all over nonsense, right? So again, you're here. They're separated. There is a fight happening. So, I could just say, like, okay, so the guy in the white sweatshirt hits the kid, jacked kid, and he brings him over. Now he's trying to tag him. Now they're trying to break it up. Trying to see who's with who. And he's holding on to him. There he is. Bang.
Wasn't even paying fucking attention. Boom.
But again, this is, you're in there, dude. You can't. Right?
Yeah.
Like, it's the first guy, to take that leap that usually wins. And once you're in here, you're for lack of a better part, you are fucking defenseless.
Yep.
Everyone's within your range. You've got multiple threats around you. You can only see and deal with what's in front of you at the time. He just looks like he smashed a beer on that kid's head.
That's what I was wondering. Like, if you see the fucking liquid going, I'm like, was there a fucking glass or what the fuck did he hit him with? Like,
right. So now this guy, the hat, is he with Vince? I just think, he is. But then there's look at all the people coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, like holy shit.
Yeah, dude. You cannot engage in. As soon as this happens, you're like, look, I don't want a fucking problem. You are just way too fucking close for everybody. Way too close. And again, I don't know what started this. I don't know what, this shit like this can be avoided. So now you've got, okay, it looks like Vince and his buddy are the guys here, and look like the hats are on the same team based on how they're talking. Right?
Yeah.
So you got these guys, and now this guy comes out of nowhere, right?
And he's just trying to fucking talk some sense to hold him back, and
right.
He's like not having anything to do with that, and fucking throws him.
Yeah. Now who's this guy that just came in from the back there? Right? it's just a bystander. Now you got more people flooding in over here, getting involved. You know, and then someone coming in from the side. You know, now you got somebody from across the bar. Next thing you know, it's 3 on like 6.
The smartest guy in here was the fucking guy that was staying over the fucking corner, the fucking black shirt, the fucking cap. He's like, fuck this.
Right. We said, dude, you know, once it's on, like you can't, you know, it's again, the idea of a sucker punch is preposterous. You know, you are engaged in a fight. This is what happens. You don't know, you know, and then he started swinging and then, you know, got his shit together and got a good shot in. So, you know, kids, you know, as you say, you know, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, right? You know, this nonsense is exactly what it is. It's fucking nonsense. You know, yeah. So, you know, you're letting, there's so many mistakes that are happening. Again, everything, what happened, you know, prior to this, you know, he's out late, he's drinking, guys are talking shit, you know, you know, and then what could that possibly have been about? Right. But once you start, once someone starts putting their hands on you and starts aggressively coming at you and possibly threatening you, you either have to attack or escape.
Yep.
That's it. And both at the same time, you know, but we talk about ego, right? I mean, this is what happens. You know, you let these, you know, you let your head, you know, do these things and, you know, and, you know, you're getting, yeah, man. Yeah. You know, and over what? So look, controlling your personal space, engaging first, escalating it first, right? If you're pushing, start hitting, you know, I'm like, dude, start, you know, get your pepper spray going, whatever. You know, yeah, it's not manly, but it's like, you know, you run the risk of getting seriously injured or worse.
Well, yeah, like, I mean, who the fuck knows what he was feeling after hitting the fucking ground there? Like, he just dropped like a fucking ton of bricks.
Rough day, dude. It is a rough fucking day. So, yeah, so that's one to grow on, kids. And that's all I got. So you're going to, so we got Easter weekend coming up?
Yeah, on the note of after getting knocked the fuck out, let's talk about Easter.
Well, you know, I mean, I don't know if Vince was resurrected.
That's right.
I'm assuming he was.
Might take fucking 3 days before his ass gets back up.
Right, exactly. So shit. What are you gonna do? Anyway,
yeah, good. It's heading out to fucking see family. Go to spend the fucking weekend. So
yeah. I mean, it's the first Easter. I mean, again, it's Easter, but you know, my son is on his own down there for Easter Sunday, and my daughter's out in California. She hasn't been back for Easter in God forever. Yeah, Christmas is our big thing around here. But yeah, that's it. I'm going to my mom's too. And that's it. Yeah. So, all right, man. And on that note, so everybody have a great weekend. Until next time, as always, you know, train honestly.